All right, so 1971 F250 camper special with a 390 automatic. It's been sitting for 20 years, way the hell over there in the tall ass grass. Sitting for 20 years. Old guy's moving, so offered him some money. He said okay. I went through all the basics, lubing everything up before I decided to crank it. Filled the cylinders full of Marvel Misra oil and WD-40 and the carburetor and everything else. Just change the oil, change the radiator fluid. What else? Pulled the fuel line, made sure that we got fresh fuel. I put Marvel Misra oil in here along with a little bit of two strokes, so I could tell that it was sucking up good. And what else? I doused the carburetor with a ton of WD-40 and all the other crap. Cracked the line, made sure there was no gunk in there. I even pulled the radiator hose to make sure if there was gunk in the water pump that it'd push its way out and not back into the radiator. So anyway, took me a couple of days, made sure that I did everything right, wasn't going to fry it up, and hooked the battery up, hooked everything up the way it should be, and wasn't getting spark. So couldn't figure it out. I got it. The old coil was bad. I did use a multimeter. Getting power, I even hot wired it from the starter relay, starter solenoid. Hot wired it, made sure it had power, and could not get spark. I had power all through the distributor, could not get spark. So I tinkered with the cables for a while, the wires, and I don't think it was a connection issue. I don't know if the distributor had to turn so many times before it kind of worked itself out, but it took me about 3 days of scratching my head, checking everything a dozen times, and finally it just kind of accidentally wanted to fire. So I put the wires back, the plug wires, and jumped in the cab. This thing is sweet. And just like that, sitting for 20 years. And I mean, just an absolute freaking beauty. I'm not gonna lie, I pulled an insane amount of ticks off me though the last few days. They just cut all this too. So transmission still needs work. I was gonna let it run and maybe kind of work itself out, but we'll see. The front passenger and the rear driver's side are frozen, so I was towing it out with my truck, kind of tearing up the guy's property, so I just left it where it was. So today I'm gonna pull those wheels off and see if you know, lather them up with deep creep or something. But anyway, yeah, just scratching my head for a few days. I did everything, I checked everything 100 times. All it was just having to turn it over so many times before it kind of cleaned itself up. I was gonna pull the distributor, but kind of glad I did it. Just had to keep cranking it. So yeah, turned out to be a pretty good find. And it is the original owner from brand new. It's fantastic.